everybody, and welcome back to the next part of my walkthrough guide. We're back in the Crystal Tower and we just finished speaking with Alisaie. And we're now going to be hunting down her brother somewhere in Kholusia, I think that's how you pronounce it. So, yep, we are in search of Alphinaud. The Crystal Exarch is eager for you to meet with Alphinaud. You will visit Alphinaud in Kholusia then? Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you will need a mount capable of making the journey. Here's a letter of introduction, presented to Samez Damal, the Master of the Beasts at Temnois Rookery, and he will take care of you. And when you see Alphinaud, be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Your first order of business will be to reunite with Alphinaud and Alisaie. In so doing, the predicament here in Norvrance should become abundantly clear. As for communication with the source, Pharaoh Ul will gladly serve as your messenger. If needs be, however, you yourself should be capable of making the journey between worlds. The device there will serve as a portal. Simply touching a hand to its surface will transport you to the location of the beacon I left at the base of the Crystal Tower. In theory, at least. Okay, so I will take your word for that. So it looks like we will be borrowing a Amaro to fly straight off to the Isle of Kholusia, which I think is supposed to be Norvrance's version of Limsa Lominsa. So that's going to be fun to see. So yeah, this is just going to be a quick introduction to the Isles of Kholusia, just like how we got the quick introduction to Am the Ring from meeting up with Alisaie. And... am I going the right way? No, there's no way out of here. Okay, so went the wrong way there. I'm still learning my way around here, so please don't hold that against me. If I remember correctly, I think it's upstairs. I think, or is it around here? Okay, so this is the Rookery. There he is! Okay, so I did go the right way. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my Rookery? Letter of introduction. A letter of introduction addressed to Samez Damal and signed by the Crystal Exarch. Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an Amaro for passage to Kholusia. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. Amaro are often used for travel, then? And there I was expecting a chocobo. Well, I haven't seen any chocobos yet. I'm not sure if they have them, so... That's right. Mounts like my great friend over there are a common sight in these parts. But I gather you hail from further afield, more accustomed to chocobos, perchance. I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding a Moro, I think it best I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zun worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Gather your things and meet me at the Amaro launch. One of the junior tamers will attend you while I ready the mounts. Okay, so he seems like a nice enough guy. And a lot friendlier than a lot of the Amaja that I've seen back in Eorzea, so... I mean, I like how these guys look just like the Amaja. They're the Norvrance equivalent to Amaja, but I do like their slightly different design. Like, it looks like they got fur on their backs now, or hair. I think that's pretty cool, so... I kind of like how we had Norvrance's version of the Kobolds in Am the Ring, so really makes me wonder how many other beast tribes are going to be seen around these parts. You want to fly an Amaro to Kholusia? Well, I suppose if Master Damal is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with Mount shortly. You can now travel to Kholusia. Speak with the aspiring Amaro tamer to fly there. Okay. So let's see what it looks like here.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Okay, I don't know about you, but I got like a slightly depressing feeling from this whole place. Yeah, definitely not as pretty as Limsa Lominsa was. We are arrived. This is Crackshell Beach on the eastern shore of Kholusia, and you should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater's attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. Spy you that city in the distance? That is Yulmore, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. For years, the Armorian elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection, if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavily handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Yulmore is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. I am glad we understand each other. Now, the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. Oh, I can't wait to see Alphinaud again. Wonder what he's been up to. A still tide. Whatever Sazim Damal has to tell you, he plainly deems it worthy of your undivided attention. If you head south along the coast, you will eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Ivor. Ivor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Kholusia, and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a spring of thyme. That will let him know that you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amaro until you are ready to return. You wish to return already? Nope. Just wanted to see if you had anything else to say to me. Okay, so we just head south along the beach here, and hobgoblins. So I'm guessing that these are like the goblin-like creatures of this world. Okay, so that's interesting. And we got the Goobloo equivalent to this world as well. Oh man, this is like a flash from the past. I'm getting like these deja vu feelings of when I first started playing Final Fantasy and was first exploring Limsa Lominsa. So these look like goblins, but they don't have masks on. So are these what the goblins look like without their masks? That's kind of freaky. Maybe that's why they wear masks. Oh no! Somebody dead here? That's a shame. What are you after? Fish? Crab? Think I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere if you've a taste for 'em. No, I have some lake thyme, a fragrant herb commonly found growing along the floodplains of the source. How'd that get here? Ooh, I do love a bit of thyme. Chuck some in a pan and it's a bloody festival of flavor. Now, what is it I can do for you? Can't say as there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. No, I'm just looking for my friend. Alphinaud, eh? Aye, I know the one. Our young champion of the downtrodden. Eulmore's richer than all of Norvrent put together, but it's a different story for them that live outside the city. We'll spend every waking moment trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. Aye, I can hazard a guess as to where he is now, get a message to him, but you'll need somewhere quiet to meet, away from prying eyes. Make for Stilltide. That's a fishing village just up the path here. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there, and I'll see that Alphinaud joins you. Okay, thank you so much. So it looks like it might be a little bit easier to find Alphinaud than it had been with Alisaie, but I'm not complaining. Yeah, those faces from the hobgoblins are scary. Oh, I see now why they wear masks in the sores. So here's the charming rundown village. Not too bad. Expecting something a little worse. The Leaky Keel. We found it. And... Yes, dear. Buy a drink or out you go. The seats are for paying customers. This your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What'll you be having? Ale, mead, or water? Well, I don't want to risk any ale or mead. I think water's probably the safest option. A fine choice, and what'll you be paying with? Well now, those are exotic. Where did you come by coins like that? I'm sorry, dear. I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity. And I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbors, so we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. What do you have in mind? Ah, here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow our vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What if you say to a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old solo next to the fence, snoring, like as not. Do that for me and you can laze about here as long as you like. Okay, that sounds fair. At least you didn't throw us out. So, how far it is... You know, it's funny seeing a car go running by. So I think that's the silo there. Silo. That's what it's called. Silo. So I think that's the silo right there. Blighted crop. And we have a swamp here. Okay. Yeah, with so many people around, it's going to be confusing trying to pick out which one's yours. So it looks like we got 2 here. Ah, what the heck. I'm just getting them all. And I think I'm fighting hers now. No, I want mine. You wouldn't think that flies would be trouble, but they are. Turns out that they are. One down. Get the other one. And then we can go and slap the guard awake. Okay, so that wasn't so bad. Now we just gotta find the gate, and how do I get out of here? Oh, okay. I completely missed the exit. No response. Maybe you need to knock louder. That can't be good. No response. Perhaps the occupant is hard of hearing? Yeah, I don't think that's it. You hear a faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day, brave adventurer. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have taken up residence in their absence. That's kind of sad. Yeah, so we'll just head back and tell her. The pests have been taken care of, but we can't find the guard anywhere. Probably gonna send us out to find the guard now. Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? Well, he wasn't there, that's the thing. Gone? Must have loved to join the rest of the hopefuls. In Gate Town, outside Yulmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You've more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house. That's nice.
And how is business today, Mistress Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
Tis good to see you, my friend. The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alphinaud, you really are a dear. Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
It seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu. It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Me? I was more worried about you.
Alisaie said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before. I see. Both the Exarch and Alisaie told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoidable. And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may. It would be nice to bring her good tidings for a change. But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity. Urianger's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true. By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire. Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose. Gaius was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more. Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means. And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course. In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon. Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion. I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail. But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential threat. One being Sin Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered. That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure? And so we take to the road once more.
Aw, that's so nice. I'm glad that we found him again. Well, I think that's a good place to end it for now. We will pick up with the rest of our little adventure with Alphinaud in the next video. Hope you're looking forward to that. So, yeah, I do think that's a really good place to end for now. So, until next time, thank you so much for watching.